Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 10th episode of SheLeads. Um, Today we're gonna have amazing new woman in data, Shaheen Eladin. And before I'm gonna ask her to come to the stage, I would like to ask you guys, where are you coming from? Who are you? Where? My God. Wednesday morning, right? So, what's the weather like? And I would like to know, basically, who is dialing in our LinkedIn Live. Also, prepare your questions. It's going to be an interesting interview, and the main topic today: why do data projects fail? So we'll get deeper into this. But before that, let us welcome our guest. Hello, Shaheen. How are you?
Hello, Natalia. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Good, good. Where are you right now?
I'm in Paris right now.
Uh
Uh,
huh.
so thank you for welcoming me in your podcast. It's a great pleasure for me. And
Okay.
thank you, guys, who are joining. I know that everyone has a busy schedule, so thank you to take this time to listen to us.
Yeah, I've seen that it was like around 200 plus people that have joined it. So let's see what the questions are we going to prepare to us.
Sure.
So we already I can see already some people joining. So we have Sabina. It's amazing to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. And yes, of course, Sani, Uzbekistan, which I really plan to visit this year.
Nice.
So
Yes, me too.
yeah, it's an amazing, right, country like to go, and it's
Yeah, I would
something
like someday.
unusual. Yeah,
Sure.
looking forward. I have some people already went there, and they really were impressed. So we have also maybe some people like Vivi.
Yes, hi.
Hi,
It's my
uh,
sister.
hi, really.
Yeah,
So
Antoine.
hello.
Hey, Antoine.
Nice supporters. So we have also Antoine, hello there, and Miguel. So guys, thank you so much for joining. But do also let us know where you coming from. So like for instance, Sabina wrote, she wrote like Sunny is Uzbekistan. I just like to know what kind of countries are participating in our LinkedIn, and also like what is the weather like because spring is unpredictable. So it's good to know like what is going on in your case. Yeah. The first question actually to you would be something about the data, in general. Why did you even, start the career in data? Why, like, all of a sudden, you decided, like, was it like something all of a sudden, or was it something that you were really wanted to do it from very beginning? Maybe share with us some more information about, like, your background, maybe your university degree or something,
Yeah, sure. So I started actually in communication and marketing. So I didn't start at all in data. I wanted to be a journalist.
Ah,
So yeah, that's why I did my degree in communication
uh-huh.
at the time. But then I worked in digital in project
Hmm.
management for websites. So I took, I think, the web part of communication, and
Hmm.
it was good for me. So I really enjoyed it, working on project management for website. So that was like my first step into data,
Hmm.
working on agile methodology as well. So
Hmm.
that's where it starts, and then I think it's a mix of eagerness for challenges, meeting people as well, having like opportunities, because also so I wanted to learn how to code, because
Hmm.
some developer told me that it took like 3 days to change a logo in a website, and I didn't understand why. So I
Ah,
wanted to check on my own, and that's
mhm,
why I wanted to do some coding. And
mhm,
then a friend of mine told me about a job position in data,
mhm.
so I took the challenge, and I said, why not? And that's why now it's been 10 years now that I'm doing data, so that's great, and I'm really enjoying it.
So my next question would be actually like what was the moment actually you realized that you want to jump into data, and probably you would say exactly this opportunity when opened, right?
Yeah.
So you
Uh,
felt like you want to give it a try, right? Hmm.
yes, exactly. I always wanted to learn new things, and I don't know, I wanted to be challenged as well, and
Mm-hmm.
data was a great opportunity. I know that in IT you can find job easily, so I won't lie, because you wanted to have a job, stable job, and so on, and you see that the opportunities on IT are growing up more and more. So I just worked on that,
Mhm,
and that's where it started actually. Then in consulting firm, I worked for many projects for many clients, and it was really great because I had
mhm,
to meet new people, new person to also work on the issue on data,
mhm.
and that you know bringing solution to people was something that I really loved. So uh, having them having issue on some tool or in their daily jobs and be able to support them and to bring solution and to help them, it was something that was really good for me, enjoyable for me. Mm.
Yeah, good. So when, like, just to, because obviously not everybody knows the whole story, like how you started to where are you right now. So let us a little bit go step by step. So, afterwards, after you been invited in one of the projects for data, right, in the company, you went into a consulting, I suppose, right? If
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
okay, perfect.
exactly. So yeah, it was in a consulting firm. So I worked for the Abgar Consulting time.
Uh-huh.
So and I started to work on a project, so master data project management for Swiss Re. So
Mm-hmm.
it started in Switzerland, and that was my first project. So Swiss Re has a really experience in MDM, so for like 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to change and to do a change of SAP of the SAP tool for MDM.
Mm-hmm.
And we replaced it with EBX. So I worked on a design workshop and helping them on
Right.
this topic. And then, yes, I worked for Novartis, for Partners Group as well,
Mm-hmm.
also in Switzerland. And then in France for Danone, Pernod Ricard, also for L'Oréal. So I saw many projects, many architecture, many business processes as well, many industries. So in retail, in insurance, in bank, and so it was really great to see many industry working on that. It was
Mm-hmm.
difficult. I won't say it was easy because coming from communication and marketing, at first I said, okay, what am I doing here?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I started to learn and to challenge myself, to learn, to be able to bring new ideas. Um I had to prove myself. I would say it's like you're taking a job like this in data, so it was not easy every day, but I really I suppose it was the the way to the journey is like that, and then you learn, and just being consistent, doing what you have to do, and really enjoy the path.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And it's actually great that you started from something that you like from IT, then from coding with some background of, and then basically you went into the data project and you went to consulting. So you learned a lot of communication skills. And you mentioned a couple of times about challenges. So that you like a challenge. And I think in data, it's very important if you want to succeed to actually take the challenge, right?
I
The
agree.
communication skill, of course, is super important as well. And I think we all have discussed it many, many times in all the episodes is one of the main kind of thing that we need to perceive and when it comes to data career. So when basically after consulting, you decided to go into your solo kind of company, right? Entrepreneurship. So can you just tell me like why have you decided, to go from consulting to go solo? Mhm.
So I didn't jump directly from consulting to entrepreneurship actually, because in between I worked for Geodis. So
Mhm.
I work internally. So it was during the time of COVID where when I
Uh-huh.
left my consulting uh, employee. So
It feels
um,
like
you
everybody
know,
has a change
yeah,
during the COVID.
during COVID you are at home.
Everybody had a change.
In IT, we worked a lot. I remember that we had to prove
Mhm.
ourselves most because we have to prove to the client that we are here, even if you're at home.
Mm,
Every project are going well, that you have to work and so on. And so I
mhm,
worked many, many times during COVID, and also in a way I wasn't really happy about that. I wanted to
mhm,
doing it my own way. And
Ah.
also as a woman, because I wanted to have a second child, I wanted to have a more stable, situation. So
Mhm.
that's why I joined also Geodis, and also to see how it works internally. Because when you are a consultant, you're jumping from a project to others. So you are seeing many architecture, but you are not
Mhm.
staying. So like you are building a solution, you're here during the time of a project, and
Mhm.
then you left and you are starting another one. So I
Right.
wanted to see like in the long term to be able to build also my vision and my knowledge about you know being in a team internally, to see how it works. And so I spent like 3 years doing that.
Mhm. Mhm.
And in the meantime, I was thinking about taking the entrepreneurship way, because it has always been there. Actually, I always
Mhm.
thought about starting my own company. I did not really know how to do it, but then I get some opportunities, and also seeing. I was like suffering myself about having good developers or having good person joining our team. It was expensive, or there were a lack of
Mhm.
competence on the market,
Mhm.
because all there was so many projects, and all I will say experienced people were in other companies. So yeah,
Mhm.
also this lack of competencies and with high cost is it. I think it drive me to this way also of starting my own consulting firm, I would say.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. And now you're building your own company. So it's Acropora Data, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Acropora Data, and you're working with international clients, right? So how is it going so far?
Great. Actually, it's going really great. It's not it was not easy, like anything, and when you're starting a company, IT,
Yeah.
it's a big world. There's a lot of companies working in IT, so we have to really um, through our
Stand
experience,
out.
also bring something
Yeah.
different, how to do data project.
Sure.
We have to like yes, be
Yeah.
here in this on this topic. And as well, my company, so I started my company. I
Mm-hmm.
met a lot of person as well, and like I was talking about this project, getting people working on those area in Mauritius also,
Yeah.
and people were buying it. You say, okay, I want to do
Mm-hmm.
this. It's really great because Mauritian people are also a good way of working. The culture is different from France. There is a French and also English language.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of a good opportunity for people, and they
Mm-hmm.
told me that it would be a great idea to do it. And as well, um, my the people that I met. So you in the entrepreneurship, you will have people that you think they will help you, and
Mm-hmm.
the others also as well, that you don't think that they will be here also for you. And it happened that they are here and they will support you, and they will give you a chance as well to um, to do it. So yeah, basically that's it.
So we have actually one question as well, like and relates to what we are discussing exactly right now. What's a clear kind of a business aligned strategy that has worked for your business so far?
One clear business alliance
Mhm.
strategy to have. So business alliance strategy, I will say. It's like an example of what I work on,
Like based on
right?
the experience, based on the projects, what you've noticed, like the main kind of what would be the strategy? How would you define? Mhm.
So in terms of business strategy for my business is
Mhm.
that I really search for people because I discover Mauritius as a pool of experienced people in IT. They have
Mhm.
like degrees in data science, etc. So I started like to manage with a firm with a recruitment consulting firm as well to search for people for person. So I like starting doing interviews. That's where I start actually. So I started doing interviews and also know if people were here good to work on Java, on development, and so I started to meet them and also to build like what I wanted to do as a consulting firm.
Mhm.
Having human in central of the enterprise. Uh, Working on dedicated projects, so in master data management, in data integration, also in metadata management, so in data catalog. So I had like clear view um, based on what I have worked on as well.
Mhm.
So I saw many projects and on MDM, data integration, but not only, and
Mhm.
also having them skills in communication. As I said, it was really important for me that people know what they are doing for, because
Mhm.
sometimes you are just in an IT project and you're working like you're doing specification, you're creating, you're working on a user story, you are developing, but you don't know really what is the aim of this topic and why are you doing it for. So having also people aligned with business processes on industry is really
Mhm.
important to be able to bring solution.
Mhm. Good, thank you. So I would also like maybe summarize the thing that you mentioned, that you are talking to the people, you're meeting a lot of them, and I suppose we also between each other like discuss and refer you to somebody else as well, so probably the main strategy would be and I don't know, you tell me if you would agree on this, but like talking to people and like expanding your network from this, maybe this would be a good strategy. What would you
Yeah.
say?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. You have to talk to people. You have to, if you want to start, you really have to be open mind and to say, okay, let's start it doing, being in action. So really write down what you want to do, how you will want to do,
Right.
and talk to people. Don't be afraid to talk to people because you
Yeah.
don't know. Somehow something will happen while talking. Someone will say, "Oh, that's remind me that someone told me that they maybe wanted to have like a,
Hmm.
an advice about data strategy, or because a position is opening in a company. So maybe you can talk to this other person. So it's really networking. Don't be afraid to talk to people,
Hmm.
to also talk about your project, because in the first time it's like it's in your head, so you're saying, okay, maybe I will start a company, I will doing it this way,
Hmm.
and it's all in your head, but
Yeah.
if it stay in your head it won't happen.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
and
Hmm.
sometimes I was in the classical career of someone in data, I in data consulting firm, then I joined internally.
Would you say
So
it's a classical? Because I believe, based on my 10 years of experience, a classical model would be actually starting from like working internally in some company,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
going to consulting.
I
And
agree,
then you try.
yeah,
Then you try and
yeah.
you like it. If you don't like it, people leave and or continue to do consulting. What you did is actually opposite, that's
Yes,
my
you're right.
opinion.
You're right. Yeah,
But
you're
it's
right.
not, but it's nothing absolutely like bad or like good. Everybody
Yeah,
finds
of
their
course.
own path. I always
Exactly.
say, like I will probably give you a little bit of an analogy from my own path. So considering that I don't have really background in data, yes, I work with data people. Probably, so just to kind of give an idea to people that haven't seen me before. But I do paint a lot. So and when I paint and I painted this oil.
Nice.
Afterwards, in 5 6 years, I switched to watercolor, and it's exactly perfect example how you did this data, because actually people start from drawing in watercolor and then
Watercolor.
moving to
Yeah,
oil, and I did absolutely opposite. Did it make me
that's
like
right.
yeah, to learn something easier, or like opposite. No, nothing. It's just a matter of like your goal. If you want to learn, you will learn anyway, you know. So no matter where you start and how you start, you know.
I totally
So,
agree. Yeah.
but it's no
Yeah, yeah.
right way,
I,
right?
I thought I said the classic way of is it's more about like being an employee in a company
Mm-hmm.
and then wanted to jump
Go to, so
from
yes, of
that
course.
and really
Yes.
to start. And so when you're
Mm-hmm.
starting, you don't know where to start because you have never been told actually how to do it. Or, so you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to learn a lot, to read a lot. So I read a lot of
You've got to also
development
mention that you have to get
books.
a lot of courage to start something like that.
As well.
I
Yeah.
can tell myself because I also worked in corporate when I moved to a smaller company, which is feels absolutely different. And I also have my own business, and I can tell in
Mm.
each stage of my life, it's you need to really like have a lot of
Yeah.
feeling good,
You,
you know, and no fears, kind of. So.
yeah, yeah, I agree. You have to stick to it, and no matter what,
Hmm,
you
hmm,
have to believe in yourself. Actually,
hmm,
believe that you will, that it will happen, and then you will. As I said, I had like another job, also growing my child as well, being like a woman. So,
hmm.
so you have all those stuff, and then okay, let's start a company as well. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it was not easy. It's a lot of difficulties, but if you stick to it and if you believe in yourself, then you will meet people. It's like manifestation as well. It worked for me
Absolutely.
because
Yeah.
I wanted to do something in Mauritius. I wanted to meet someone, and what happened is that I met someone on doing snorkeling. I met my partner doing snorkeling,
But
in
but
Mauritius.
really, that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
interesting. Considering I just came back from Thailand, and it's the word that I've learned like a couple of weeks ago what it means. So it's
yeah.
now at least I know what you mean, you know. So it's actually absolutely beautiful and romantic way of meeting somebody. So,
Thank you. Yeah, it is.
so let's go for like also, of course, I'm sure that many of you are right now sitting and waiting. Where's the topic of the day, right? We will get
Yeah,
here and let's start taking the
sure.
questions. I can see a lot of them already asking.
Sure.
So yeah, so from your experience delivering data strategy and data management projects, which economic sectors and which countries do you see showing the highest maturity in data governance and data treatment? I'm particularly interested in where you are observing real traction, governance, data quality, and organizational adoption? I think it's a great question because you've
Yeah,
been working with an international clients and before and now, and you have a lot of experience. So it's great to hear what you have.
yeah, 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 I agree. So, what I can say is that there is no dedicated country or a dedicated sector that has the highest maturity. It depends. It
Mm-hmm,
depends on the company. Like for example, I worked for Swiss Re, which was an insurance company, a reinsurance company, and they were really
mm-hmm.
mature at the time.
Right.
But then I joined Geodis, which is like logistics sector, but it was not like when I joined, there were only one master data project, so
Mm-hmm,
only one customer referential, and it takes a decades because uh, it, like it started in 2010,
mm-hmm,
and then only in 2020 when the I will say the top management took the decision of having a digital transformation project. They wanted to
mm-hmm,
install an enterprise performance management tool. Coming from the sponsorship, coming from the top management, we had like 12 master data projects in a row
mm,
because they wanted to build a solid uh, basis for master data to be able to actually provide data for this EPM tool.
mm-hmm.
So um, that was like a financial project because they want to see KPIs, to see
Right.
profit and loss, to see which entity are making more money, or what is the project that is not selling enough, and so on. So when it's coming from a business topic, so like finance, you know that it's driven. It's driven by someone, and it's like people will take the lead to data,
Mm-hmm,
even if as I said, in 2010, there were already a master data referential, but it was done by like a developer. It was like an IT project. It was not business purpose behind it, you know.
Right, right.
Um, so yeah, showing maturity. I will say that I worked in France for client that has high level of maturity as well, but some
Mm-hmm.
of them didn't have. So, for example, I worked for L'Oréal. It was my last project before leaving consulting. It was the beginning of the Neo project transformation as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I worked with Philippe Morier in L'Oréal, and I did like, and it was during COVID as well. We spent time checking all data domain, innovation, uh, research, like project. So there were like 18 data domain, and we talked to each and every business manager of those data domains. And
Mm-hmm.
at the time, so it's 2020, they were like one or two referential, if I remember correctly. So like they had the project and another one for research, so like for ingredient component to make, shampoo and so on. So you see, it happened that like the biggest company can took the
Mm-hmm.
lead of data in it was not like 30 years ago for them. It happened because they were also managed locally. So that's also driven by how your business is going, how it started. If there is merge of many companies, so there will be also merging of many information system.
Mm-hmm.
So you see that maturity on data will happen when you will struggle with your
Mm-hmm.
data and with the visibility of your data. Because while growing, while making decision, you will see that, okay, I don't have clear visibility of what the business is doing, and I need to take the lead to manage my data and to transform my information system. But this can happen only if also the top management and the sponsor, as I said, are taking the lead, and to also having all the person following this data culture inside the company. It
Mm-hmm.
is really important because you can develop really easily. Developing it's not a topic. You can
Mm-hmm.
have a team, uh, develop a tool, so choosing a technology, building something, but then if no one is using it, if no one knows what it was made for, it's a waste of time, a waste of money, and it won't work. You see?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see. I see. I'm just also checking. It's a lot of
Yeah, yeah, sure.
questions coming out, and I'm thinking and how to connect it in the best way.
I
So
hope I answered the question. Thank you for the
you
question.
answered very extensively, but I will get there. So there is also a comment here. Not really a question, So mm,
Special project employees and questions that are made. Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. I
Okay.
agree. It depends on the size of the business. It depends on uh, it's true actually. You have the customer, the employee, the supplier. It also depends on the regulation. For
Mm-hmm.
example, when you have strong regulation on your supplier, you need to follow the process of your supplier to know
Right.
why you are doing business on the supplier, if it's qualified or not to do business with you, if it follows the company uh, regulation.
Mm-hmm.
And so um, like you have to prove also why are you working with those supplier, and if it follows the right way, the right process internally, with compliance, with procurement, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So that that those are really business domain wise, and you need to like show, okay, these are my list of suppliers, and they are qualified, and we can work with them, and it's you can show data, and it follows the regulation as well.
Yeah. Coming back also to Ruben, actually, you have talked from your experience and you shared a lot of examples. I would like to, before we get into the second part of his question, I would like to summarize, but like super quickly
Yeah.
about like, okay, so he mentioned about like maturity level, like if you noticed and few words, would you say some countries that you noticed are more mature, and or some industries, and maybe I will also share my own opinion, what I've
Mhm.
noticed, and let's see if it's the same. So, which countries, like top three, would you say you noticed the most mature?
I will say so I didn't work in many countries actually, because I worked mainly in France, in
Mm-hmm.
Switzerland, and also in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that these were the top three, but from my experience. But I also worked with the US, so US as
So, did
well.
you notice some difference between US and Europe?
Um, I think US has the maturity, because they also had like a big tool, I will say.
Mm.
There is like a lot of communication about Amazon, the big the GAFA, so Google, Apple, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So they are like growing in a country where data is central.
Right.
So they know, I will say that they are like used to talk about data. They noticed how it can work, and they have like this I will say um, these facilities, not facilities, but it's like it's in their culture as well. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I cannot do like generality around it.
No, no, it's
I
good.
think it
It's
depends
great to
as
hear
well.
that. Based on my experience, I felt like that the US typically and Canada would be more advanced in terms of a
Mm,
maturity level, rather than European countries. And if, well, European countries is also like depending where you are, right? So,
exactly. Yeah.
like I would say Scandinavia is in the top three, like countries that are also have maturity level, and plus also data culture is better there, at least
Mm,
in my
mm.
opinion. But I don't know, you tell me if you heard something else, but it would be nice. The only thing that I can definitely also confirm that Australia is not mature enough.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's definitely I've heard and reconfirmed even with Australians. So yeah, but I have Ruben actually telling you that saying to you that it's a great answer. So, so we will be switching to another also question. And somebody saying also that he's glad to be here. We are glad to see you
Thank
here
you.
too. Thank you for joining us. So I have some more questions that are getting into the topic of also today about the project's failures and so on. I would like to start from like the kind of observation I've noticed, that the technology is not the main kind of factor of failures, right, in the projects. What would you say that you've noticed? What kind of the main reasons why in the organizations, the projects, data projects fail? What would you say?
I will say that the lack of governance
Okay.
in data project, uh,
Hmm.
because as I have mentioned it a bit earlier, is that you can build um, any tool you want. Technology is not the issue, because
Yes. Hmm.
um, we can choose. There is a lot of great tool. We can do whatever we want with the tool today. Even with AI, we can push things. We can develop, I will say, more efficiently as well. So the technology today is not the issue. Is the today the issue will be, you know um, be aware of what your business processes are,
Okay.
why you should use data. So have a clear vision. Okay, so for example, in supply chain, you have to manufacture a product. Okay,
Hmm.
so you have to take components are coming from countries, they are costing a price. You have to build those you have to take those components to build the product, to
Mhm.
manufacture it. So there is like the logistic to take them from a place to another. Then you have to deal with the all the supply chain itself. So
Mhm.
manufacturing it within the um, within the, I will say, the supply chain, the procurement side.
Mhm.
So really, all the person should have the good information within it to be able to manage it,
Mhm.
and to see like, do I have this much components to build this much um, product? How it will, when it will come? Is it enough? How can I, like, when the good is finished? How do I provide it to my clients? So sometimes, no, not sometimes, often, I
Mhm.
saw that in IT, we are not aware of what the company is really doing because we
Mhm.
are like in a bubble. We
Mhm.
are in our bubble. We are just talking about architecture, strategy, uh, um, budget on this and this area. So we can like having a budget dedicated to build this tool. And a lot of consultants, when I'm talking to them, they're like, "Oh yeah, I know this tool. We can do this and do that with it. There is this kind of feature inside, and so on."
Mhm.
And yes, but do you know why we are doing it at the
Mhm.
end? How it will really serve people in the company? And so to be able to have this connection between technology and business matter,
Right.
why business will use it, and because this is how you will enhance as well your project communication, be able to talk to business because they you are talking the same language. I have been in many workshops where, like, we have the technical guy and he is like, yes, this tool, we can do this, we can do that, no, you cannot do this. So sorry, in technical, you will have some people with great experience, with great knowledge, but they don't know how to talk to I will say normal business person because it's too the bridge, it's too high. And
Mhm.
they don't understand each other at the end of the meeting because one is just thinking about the how he will manage his business and how it will answer his daily issues because he's having issue uh, for having those kind of figures. For example, if I take the financial, I have to get my my dashboard with my financial uh, information, and I have to give it to my boss. And then I have some like technical guys who are saying, no, today we cannot do this because of that.
Mhm.
So it's not the same language. So really having people talking the same language, having a really acculturation about data within the company, why
Yeah.
we are doing it, how it will work, and also, as I said, governance, having people taking the ownership of their data is really important because business also is like having fear about how they can do some things, and they like at the start I would say yes, I will take in charge this data, but then when it comes to okay, go inside the the tool and then working on data quality, managing these kind of things, they are not here anymore. So yeah, really having the governance set and in the long term, it's how it will work, and how I, on my own opinion, uh, data project will less fail, I will say, and succeed,
Mhm. Yeah.
hopefully.
You're absolutely amazing. You have been responding very well and very extensively, and I love this way and your perspective. How really descriptive you are. I think that people really appreciate it too. Actually, between while you've been answering, there was also some more questions, and then you actually responded it. It's you already covered it, so don't worry. And we
Okay,
received already. You've just answered my question, so obviously there is
nice.
somebody else like saying great response. There no better way to put it. Yeah. So then we have a comment here, the last one. Many teams start with this technology instead of a problem, which creates solution first. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
we've
are
heard.
we are all living the same life actually in IT project, I can see.
Yes, I think we're all in the same boat, right?
Yeah,
So, summarizing also, not to show, I'm not ignoring anybody, so don't worry. I'm trying to put everything in connection and going with the flow. So,
yeah, sure.
Farhad, I suppose we have responded definitely. We've given you around 5 reasons why. So, yeah, so we have started from the lack of data governance, to summarize, then what are the business processes, so that we have to
Yeah.
define what's the goal, um, business ownership, right? And what else, if you
The
can.
guidelines as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Guidelines, because sometimes you are just, as I said, we have a budget, let's do this. It's like AI, because
Mm-hmm.
we didn't really talk about it yet, but like AI initiative. Okay, but why? It's
Mm-hmm.
just because we heard that we should do AI. AI,
Mm-hmm.
it's great. Everyone is like putting budget on the table. Let's do AI.
Let's do
Okay?
AI.
This is what I heard.
Yeah, 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 I know,
We
we
cannot
heard it
we cannot
many times.
just do AI just because it's the trend.
Mm.
That's not working like that. And
Yeah,
also because people don't get that using AI, it's managing your data. It's bringing data quality because LLM working on data sets should be qualified. So it starts from the beginning.
yeah,
Let's build your foundation, your data foundation before
yeah,
jumping in AI, because you're spending money, you're spending times on working on AI project that will stay at the proof of concept side phase.
yeah,
It will stay a proof of concept if you are not taking the big picture of why should I do it and how as well. And there are steps. We cannot like provide an AI super project in 3 months or in 6 months before
mhm,
working deeply on how my data should be managed, who are the person in charge within my company. So bringing your governance at a stage where actually, yes, you can then think about, okay, where can I put data to
right.
facilitate as well, reconnect. Okay, I put data here to facilitate the work of someone, not doing AI just for the train. Not that it doesn't work.
Yeah. I think it's. I don't have anything to add to this because I'm totally with you. So we have one more question as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I was trying to kind of, not to get into this because it's a bit different question. But if you have some experience, then about yeah, the regulatory rules, the EU Act, and the new thing, um, yeah. So you can answer to this question if you have some experience.
What's the need for string data governance general experience in that? Yeah, regulatory rules in Europe are here, and they are th- these also are pushing companies, are pushing departments to do those applications, to do those tools, because as I said, you had to prove that you are following the European regulatory on some kind of point, and then you will have a lot of audit as well going on about your data. Are you following the right path? Are you uh, is it good enough? And also having the big picture of what's inside your information system, because today we connected a lot of application, we are managing a lot of data, but I will say it's like the data catalog side. You see, you need to know which kind of data are in which kind of application, and
Mm-hmm.
also to be able to answer those kind of regulatories.
Mm-hmm.
So basically in Europe, uh, it's really, really important. And this is, I will say, almost the mainly motor
Mm-hmm.
of I will like supplier regulatories, supplier projects, financial project as well. There is a lot of regulatory happening in many domains where data is really important and where we should manage it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it also depends on each industry, right? So then that comes to
Mm.
finance or pharma, it's always been
Yeah.
crazy. So
Oh yeah, in pharma as well. Thank you for bringing it. I
yes.
almost forgot.
Yeah. All right. So we have also one more like comment on the previous conversation we've discussed about, right? The foundations. So it's just a comment, So,
Okay.
and I think it's good, So I agree with this kind of a way how he
Yeah.
John
Yeah. Actually,
Philippe
I agree
handles.
as well.
Mm. So he also thanks us for responding to the question that I haven't taken for 10 minutes. Sorry for that. But
Okay.
you know how it is when we get into the rush. And we have also Miguel here who is asking, and yeah, it's true. Miguel, we get into the topic of AI a little bit. So you mentioned that everybody's rushing into AI, nowadays, So what are the main kind of yeah, maybe let's start from this. What are the companies getting wrong when they skip strong data foundations? Mm.
Okay. Sorry. Can you say it
Yeah,
again?
sure. Before we get into Nigel's question, I wanted to ask,
Mhm.
like, what are the main, like issues that the large organizations face when we jump into AI before getting the foundations right?
I will say they are not. So when I talked later, I mentioned the objectives. So we are not having the good objective aligned. So why are we doing it?
Hmm.
Also, those kind of AI initiative, sometimes it's like a group of people dedicated inside a company, but no one really heard about what's really happening.
Hmm.
So it's like a kind of innovation, and I would say having people be onboarded as well, just not only the AI expert working with the architecture or uh, some people dedicated within the IT department working on their side on this AI project, because as I mentioned, it should bring values and it should be worked with
Yeah.
someone from the business side. That's what I have seen on my side. I don't know. Maybe you guys also you
Mm.
can comment what you have seen.
We have a
It's
comment.
interesting to know.
Yeah, we have a comment. I will get there, but now because it's really good connected to the question. So, but maybe you've seen or heard of any AI use cases in analytic that have provided real value so far?
I'm sorry, Nigel, but
No.
not on my no.
We will discuss that.
Not yet, not yet. I think it will happen, but I
We,
think in the
we
AI
yeah,
um, phase, we are still in the beginning of. It's still the start for me. You see, uh, it will come. It will come, but
it
today
will
I
come actually next week. You will hear about
yes
Yes, you will hear about it. You
to hear
actually,
to hear
yes,
some yeah,
because
and I'm looking
we
forward
have
for
the
that.
yeah, I forgot about it, but we have a whole conference upcoming in Prague, and it's exactly
Yes,
about data management and AI. So topics. It will be very nice international group of people that actually Shaheen will be also participating at the project at the panel discussion. And the panel discussion will be a little bit more defined, not just data projects, why we fail, right? But why AI actually
yeah,
also projects fail. So we'll be discussing with other four panelists and understanding what is going on, because we actually do have speakers that have already had the AI case
great.
studies that we have already succeeded in so far, So I absolutely agree that it's very difficult to find, and it was a challenge to me to find somebody who actually have a real, not just a
Mhm.
theoretical thinking, So I'm really looking forward to hear that. Yeah, so Nigel,
I
come
think
tomorrow,
yeah.
or come tomorrow, come next week, come
Yeah,
next week.
maybe what I can bring is one use case that I have heard is about analytics and AI. It's like prediction. for agriculture, you know. So working on data sets, like mm, each and every year, you know how much vegetable you are
Mhm.
producing according to the weather and so on. And working on those kind of topics, you can also do like prediction for um, what will be growing in the next year, or then you can manage to like adapt yourself in terms of I would say organization. So those kind of data, those kind of use case are working, but uh, we have to provide good data. We are still coming back in the
Yes.
beginning, you see.
Yes,
So
we
yeah,
are coming back, but let's not overshare. If you
yeah.
want to hear more, come next week in Prague. So we are happy to see you. If you haven't heard about the Think Lab, we are happy to mention in the comments. Actually, one of my colleagues here is watching, and suppose she wanted to say can't wait to see the topic during the Think Lab. So Mirna, if you are actually listening to me, I would be really appreciative if you can put in the comments as well for the people to learn about the upcoming event for them. We do it every 6 months, so if you can't make it next week, so you can come October 2026, and I'm happy to provide you some more information. So we will be and discussing exactly for a full 3 days about all the data topics, everything which is concerns us right now, and it's absolutely fantastic to have you there. And we will be having really like a lot of different people coming from the different countries, different industries. So it's an amazing crowd to meet. So yeah, so we have a little bit of here of summary as well. So about the common issue is the data work needs ongoing ownership, governance, and like the good summary, honestly. Um, so totally agree. So I'm happy with the also with the people you agree with what we are saying here, and if you have more questions, do let us know, so we are happy to take it. And yeah, so we've been speaking more than we expected, but I'm
Yeah.
happy with this question. Then this topic is going quite quite hot, of course, especially with AI. I think it's super crucial.
Mm-mm.
um yeah, so maybe let us get into a little bit of yeah, okay, just hold on, because there is a little bit of delay, between we speak and comments and so on. Um, Look, I haven't seen a valuable use case firsthand, and some of the prediction is not really AI, but can be done with standard BI for forecasting. Thanks for answer. Yes, so but Miguel, it's like we mentioned, in the future it will be more cases, but there are already. So honestly, it's just a matter of looking. So I did look, I found. So, and of course, like feel free to connect with me, with Shaheen, so then we can absolutely discuss this a bit more, right?
Sure.
Um, yeah, so yes, Mirna, thank you so much also to share. She shared here the link so you can learn, and there is an agenda in there. Actually, I will be updating today the final agenda, and if you can't find it on our website, absolutely the latest post that I published on LinkedIn, you can find it. It's a full agenda in there with all the topics we will be discussing. Coming back to you, what has been the most challenging moment in your journey as a founder, and what did it teach you? Whatever comes first, honestly.
Um, to adapt myself, I will say the biggest challenge as a founder is to, because you will have a plan, so you plan things,
Mhm.
but plan A does not come like
Mhm.
it should be. You should have plan B, plan C, plan D. So yeah, it's, I would say the biggest challenge as having my own company is to
Mhm.
always
Be
adapting
ready.
myself. Sorry?
Be ready.
Yeah, be ready and
Adapt. Yeah.
adapting
Mhm.
myself
Yeah.
each and every day. And also don't the other one will be don't listen the ones who will tell you you won't be able to do it. It won't happen
But what
because
kind of people are saying that? I
you
just
know
wonder.
they are
Where
here, and yeah, people say, but why are
ignore
you
them
doing
all.
all of,
People ignore
yeah,
them all.
you have to ignore them and to stick to what you have in mind, and
Yeah.
just to follow your thought, to follow your guts,
That's
what you have inside.
yeah.
And no, don't talk, don't listen to them, don't let them enter your mind as well,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes people will think, will work like on your weaknesses and to say, no, but why are you doing it? So no, get it
Mm-hmm.
done, do it the right way, no matter what, stick to it, be consistent, work hard.
Yeah.
My advice on that would be you have to work on to, and yeah, adapt yourself in each and every situation, because sometimes clients will be here, sometimes they will go, uh, sometimes you have to face like someone is not uh, we will not, you are not dealing with the right person for the right situation, or maybe you are thinking that someone will do the job as you want it to do, but actually it doesn't go the right way, you see.
Yeah.
So yeah, constantly uh, adapting yourself, and also no, do not stick to what you think, because it's constantly changing and you have to learn about it, and you have to learn about yourself as well.
Mm.
It has been a journey about learning about myself during
Mm.
this journey of entrepreneurship, because
Yeah.
you have to constantly putting yourself in some doubt, to say, okay, am I sure that what I am doing, should I do it this way? No,
Mm.
let's change, let's take another direction and
Mm.
see what happens. So don't be afraid of that, because what I have learned is that the brain stick to patterns that he knows some comfort zone. He wants to stick to its comfort zone, and sometimes you should like work on that, because it's how your brain is working, and to understand how your brains work, it's also very important. And also, I have been followed with my with a coach, Fatime,
Mhm.
which is maybe here in the in the session, and she really helped me on that as well.
Mm.
So having people around you, having people that you can always talk to, and
Mm.
talk about what's happening. It's really important to like um, your confront ideas and the situations, to be able uh, to to be there for it. Like, yeah,
Mhm. That's very good. And I think you mentioned several times about adaptability, and I think it's super crucial when it comes to data as well. So I think you're in the right place, and everything what you have mentioned, it helps you also to deal with data because it's important
yeah,
to adapt it every time. Because I'm just me in 10 years looking at the data, how fast it's changing. With AI, it's changing even faster. You
yeah.
know, if you don't adapt, you will be not.
You will be
You'll
lost.
be doomed. Yeah. So yeah, so then that's one thing for sure, and the consistency you mentioned, and honestly, yeah, the most important also the support of the people around you at work and also like privately. I think it's important for sure.
Yeah, it's important. My
Yeah.
family as well
Mhm. Of course.
supported
Mhm.
all my choice and my decision, even if they were not always happy about it. But yeah, having people supported you, it's always
We all need that,
good.
no matter
Yeah,
like
we all
this.
need, no matter the situation, no matter what you do in life, you need that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Totally
Mm.
agree with you. So maybe it's like woman in tech, and also being entrepreneur. Would you say that in the past or present, did you see any like did you overcome something more just more in a more difficult way just because you're a woman in data? Or did you have this experience or not at all?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, I have experienced it. Many times, because we were constantly made to, we have to prove ourselves, and also as women, we have a lot of doubts. We cannot we can say that like IT is also a world full of shock, So it's the fact that yeah, you have to be like strong. You
mm,
have to prove yourself on a point, actually, because you will have people that like will want to drag you into taking a decision instead of another. So you have to stick to what you think is good. You have to prove and to also
Mhm.
bring it with experience, bring it with competency. So constantly work, constantly train yourself, constantly, do training on data and so on. But I will not lie, because on this fact, as being a woman in data, I have experienced it when I started. Sometimes when I was telling something, and then the person in front of me was not really uh, catching it, or didn't want to listen. And then when my manager said the same thing, he said, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." You see,
Mm.
so it
Mhm.
happened, but
But would you
then you
say
deal with
it's
it.
but would you say it's a issue of between the female and male, or it's more of a because it's your manager and it just has a higher?
Maybe. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's both, but also about culture. It happens
Mm.
when you work internationally, you have some culture that will maybe listen more to a man than a woman. But it happened like once. I will not say like this is general.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
true at all. And then I have also good experience as a woman. I won't say I did not suffer about being a woman in data. You have to prove yourself, but it's also like being a woman in data when there is a lot of men taking decisions and so on. It's I think it's good to have, like, a parity mixed team to take decision, because we are not thinking the same way as well.
Mhm.
And for example, in Geodis, I had like lot of lot of women being part of, like, application manager,
Mhm.
being having a great position as women, and that was really inspiring, because uh, I I felt safe, and also maybe it gave me confidence also in myself, because be surrounded by a lot of women, powerful women, that have succeeded in data, and that have like their own way of thinking. They're taking decision highly, um, in the top management. That was really something very important for me to see it and to live inside this kind of context. You see,
Yeah.
so yeah,
No, I'm
that's
totally with you. I'm also like feel empowered and inspired when I talk to my friends and to the ladies from work as well. And when we discuss and exchange ideas, I feel like really that I'm doing something, and they are really supportive, like helping me out, understanding what else I can do, better or something. So it's really nice, and I do the same to them. So when you have some successful women around you, you also want to be more successful, but
yeah,
also it helps you to become one, and get
I
this
agree.
to be done. So you
Yeah,
need, yeah, any kind of support really is necessary. But so far for the last like 5 years, I noticed that my girl friends, they're really helpful to me. Yeah. I'm
I
very
agree.
proud of them. So, what would you say the next kind of a goal that you have? And so, for like this year, next year, what would you say? What you would like to achieve?
I want to what I want to achieve. I want to have visibility and also more clients on Europe, you see,
Mhm.
because I have started with France, but for me it's important to be also like in Switzerland. So I already have like some customer in Switzerland, but to have, more worldwide
Global.
clients.
Mhm,
Well,
mhm.
yeah, that's
Go global. Mhm,
my vision. Also working in Africa, because we are
mhm,
based in Mauritius, so there's a lot of initiative in Africa, and that we can manage to work on. So yes, it's having as well an entity in France. So
mhm,
I'm working on that. It should be in the few weeks. So we will be present in both countries. So, and growing up my team as well. My team is important to me, having them by my side, constantly work with them, engage them in how we do better data project.
mhm.
Uh, Having agility training as well, because in data
Right.
management I saw that the agile side is not really something that is really known because a lot of people still worked on waterfall, or they are not really quite, I will say, they don't really know how agile methodology works. Having them trained on that is really important. Having also certification, working with partners, so working with on ABX, we are working with Semarchi for master data. Also, we will work with a partner for Reltio, working with Tosca, also with lot of partner like uh, RS2I, which we
Mhm.
saw Antoine at the beginning. We have Génération Conseil, Data Empire. So yeah, we have a lot of people working on, and the aim is to really grow this network of partners. So if we have like people who are listening and to want to get in touch with me, do not hesitate. I will be glad to have a discussion with you and to see how we can move forward on projects together. Um, and yeah, basically that's it. And also working on testing. Maybe we didn't know, we did not really have the time to talk about it, you see. But
Mhm.
testing side is also something that I'm
True.
bringing.
Yeah.
So working on Tosca in automation test on Tosca on UiPath, also having like test driven project is really important, because we see that we are making application, but when it comes to test, we are struggling to find people to test. Business are not really there, and as we spend a lot of time during the specification, during the design, during the development, but then we are failing like the last step that should be done from the start. Actually, when you develop, when you create project, it should be test driven. So creating your user story, creating your specification with also test manager is really important, because at the end of the project, typically when you are delivering a project for SAP S4, delivering projects that are connecting a lot of interfaces, you should have those kind of position, and following the test with real test data, with real data coming from the business, to be able to really cover all the use cases that you will have at the end when going in production. And that's really important, really, really important. And if you also want to talk about it later, for people, I know that people will have to leave and to get some lunch. So do not also hesitate to talk, to come to talk to me. It will be a great pleasure to discuss those topics with you.
Yeah, and thank you for taking the time to take a little bit on this topic. So we have people thanking you for sharing your, of course, valuable knowledge. It's amazing, and you know how it is when you are going live. You never know what kind of
Yeah,
topic we will be discussing, and I'm actually much more grateful to our audience to ask questions, and that's a way how I love to have interviews. Is
yeah,
just go
that's
with the
great.
flow. Yeah. Yeah, so also about the agile training, if you will need to agility, I suppose. Training, I can actually give you a contact of one of a woman in data and tech who is helping out, so I can put you in
Great.
contact. Yes, she can help you out for sure. And thank you everybody for joining us here. So it's definitely time to write in the comments to thank Shaheen to be here. She has shared with us more than 1 hour of her knowledge, and I'm sure it was more than a sneak peek before our panel discussion for next week. And hope to see some of you tomorrow. Tomorrow, why am I saying it? Next week.
It's almost tomorrow.
Yes, oh, yeah, because it's exactly, exactly. For me, it's already tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of things to do, of course, and prepare, and hopefully to see some of you in Prague.
Mhm.
Yeah, next week.
Would be great.
Yeah, we stay in touch. Shaheen, for sure.
Sure.
Please share the comment and how to the people to actually reach you out the best. So maybe it's
Yeah, you can directly come talk to me in LinkedIn, connect with me on LinkedIn, and I will be glad to discuss then, and we can have like session on Teams and so on. There's no issue with that. I'm following my LinkedIn quite well, so you can add me. There's no issue on that.
Yeah, and again, thank you everybody for joining. So
Yes. Thank you,
don't
everyone.
forget about the main advices of being consistent and adapt. And what else? What did you? What's your pick for?
Get it done
Yeah,
and just do what you have to do and do not
and
be afraid. Let's do what you have in mind is the great thing. And yeah, about data project, as I said, really governance and culture of data within the company, I will say. That's my last
absolutely.
word.
Absolutely, and ignore always people that are negative. So just be
Yeah,
positive.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah. It was absolutely pleasure to have you here. I'm happy
Thank you,
to
Natalia.
meet you virtually.
Thank you
And
for inviting me. It was
of
really
course,
it was really great, and that's my first podcast, so it
okay.
went very well. So thank you very much for that and for
Of
for
my pleasure.
inviting me on your podcast. Thank you.
And we will see each other even face to face. So I'm looking
Sure.
forward to it.
Looking
And
forward
yes,
as well.
stay tuned until the next month when I will be inviting somebody else. So if you have, by the way, some women in data and tech who you think we can be inspiring this Shaheen, so let me know, and I will contact them, and we'll have more sessions like that. And have a good day there. Bye.
Thank you all. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.